as Lisa said, this is an action lab, okay? So this is not a webinar where you're gonna process and do something later and add a whole bunch of things to your to-do list. That's not what we're up to today, okay? There's nothing to buy. There's nobody's selling you anything. We're just here together to get some stuff done that I really hope will make a financial difference for you as we head toward the holidays, okay? So I want you to all hustle on over. Lisa made a link called Templates from Joy. Very simple. So templates, Templates, from From, Joy. That's me. Thank you for doing that, Lisa. That's so adorable. And so if you go to templatesfromjoy.com, you should find that you land on a page that has Health Clients Now stuff on it. It's kind of this color scheme that should give you some confirmation that you are on the right page. Okay. So if you have any challenges with this, please let us know in the comments below. We really want to make sure you guys can do this with us. Okay. So once you go there, you should be putting in your name and email. Then you'll want to go to your inbox. It usually takes a few minutes. And then you should see those in your inbox. Fair warning, if you are not already friends with me, then you might see that those emails land in something like your promotions folder. And so you may need to look. If you have your Gmail, for example, separated into your regular inbox, your promotions, and your spam and all that good stuff, then it may come in that promotions folder. So double check there before you panic that you didn't get it. All right. I'm going to walk you guys through why we're going to use the templates that I made for you today while I wait for all of you to actually grab those templates. Okay. And Lisa, just chime in, interrupt, like shout, yell at me. If anybody has a question, if you need to add your 2 cents here, we're all family here. Let's just have some fun with it and make sure that we get this project out the door today. Okay. So the process will be, you guys will get the templates. I'll show you how to make a copy. We're actually going to do it live together to make sure you know how to use it. Then we're going to customize them. Lisa, I think you even reached out in the group, right? To see if we could get a volunteer to come sit in the hot seat with me and we'll just get theirs done live on the spot. Don't be shy. I won't bite you guys. Not very hard anyways.
I just want to wait. I have to interrupt you because this is a golden opportunity to get your templates done by Joy. So this, like, if you're nervous at all, just put it aside and take advantage of this opportunity. So anybody, just write your name in the chat or in the group. Let me know if you want to be the volunteer, because you will not regret this. This will be great to get this done in real time.
Yeah, and it's not like I haven't written for LACs before.
Right.
You guys might know some of them that I have helped. Chris Kresser is the one that comes to mind that most of you probably know who that is. And just helping to shift the way that he speaks with his avatars was absolutely game-changing for their business. So you are in good hands of all my acupuncture friends to get the copy right for this promotion to do really well, okay? So don't be nervous. And then I just want to walk through making sure you guys know how to actually deploy it. Okay, because it's one thing to have the emails sitting there in a copy document, and it's another thing to get them out to your people where they can get the help that they need from you and where you can book a whole big bunch more packages as we head into what could otherwise be a quieter time of year for us. And we want to make sure that you guys have tons of financial abundance. And this is a good way historically that I've helped my clients to do that. Okay, so we're going to do all that together today. And I want to make sure once you have the templates, you understand why we're doing this and how to do it. We'll go through customizing the social media posts also, because some of you might be thinking, oh, Joy, I don't have an email list. What about me? What's going to happen to me if I don't have a big list? I want you to be able to make this same invitation to any following, no matter how small, that you might have on any social media platform that you have chosen to be active on. Okay, so we'll cover both those who have email and those who prefer to do their promotions out on social. Don't worry, we got you in both cases. And then we've reserved some time at the end to just have some open Q&A and make sure you guys have all the answers you need to deploy this properly. All right. So Lisa told you guys who I am. Again, I am the co-founder and head strategist here at Heal at Scale, together with my partner, Travis Houston. We have worked for more than a decade in the health and wellness space. You might recognize a lot of our clients, but here are some that I thought you guys might be most familiar with. And this is something that we're really committed to. We're committed to you guys having access to the same kind of tools and templates and training. And honestly, you guys, mindset, right? It's kind of a paradigm shift, the way that we want you guys to open up and look at your health business. And we want you to have access to those, okay? A lot of the people that you see here, they can be intimidating, right? Because they might have one, two, three, some of them have four New York Times bestseller books, right? I think Daniel's coming up on like 10 or 12, right? So when you see those names and you think what they've done, you might feel to yourself, yeah, they have a lot of assets and resources that I just don't have, and I'm never going to invest in a huge team in my business. And Travis, and my commitment is that everything that we've learned to do to help grow these people's brands, that you have access to that too. All right. We want the hometown heroes of health to have access to the same exact strategies, the same marketing tricks. We want you guys to have access to all of that, no matter how big or small your practice is. That's our commitment to you guys. So a lot of what you'll be learning today is stuff that we have done for those brands. Okay. Now, when Lisa was asking me, what can my people do to have some little cash wins as we head towards the holiday season? And one of my favorite things to do is called bundles with benefits. Okay, so I want to walk you guys through this. I want to make sure that you understand exactly what we're up to. Lisa, again, if there's any questions, please just interrupt, chime in. We'll make sure that they get answered. But the whole point of offering bundles with benefits is to keep the fee for your time really high. Okay, I never want the fee for your time discounted. Yeah, Lisa,
So
bring it on.
I'm gonna I'm gonna interrupt you. The group was great at answering a poll that I put in there about who's selling packages and who isn't. And so at some point, I don't know if this is the right time, I would like for you to define package, like, because I think we think of them
Yeah.
differently. And so at some point, just if you could define, maybe there are different definitions for packages. So if you could just kind of give us a clue as to how you handle that kind of term and what you mean by it.
Yeah. So when it comes to packages, I am talking about the two main ways that I see practitioners. Unfortunately, what they generally do is they discount their price to make them work. But when I'm talking about a package, I'm talking about one of two things: either a volume, as in a number of visits. For example, okay, if you book 12 visits with me or 6 visits, whatever the size of that package is, then the individual visits or sessions with me become less expensive. That's what I see most often. Okay. But some people don't do it by number of sessions. Some people do it by a timeline. All right. This is going to take approximately 3 to 4 months for us to turn around. Right. And so some people do packages based on number of visits or volume of visits, and some people do packages based on a timeline. But in general, those are the two types of packages that I see. So that's what I'm talking about. Now, you can do, and I know that there are some states that don't allow you to say, okay, well, I'm going to let you buy 12 visits, for example, and then you pay ahead for all 12 of those visits, and then you save money. I know some states do not allow that. As I'm not an attorney, I'm not going to get into coaching you on any of the legal guidance around that. But I will say that there are multiple ways to navigate that, right? If you have an agreement of a commitment, right, then you can arrange to have a bundle with benefits or a package without a price reduction, right? You can arrange that without doing a prepay setup, right? What I want for you and what the benefit of offering something like a package is really is some safety and some certainty in your business, right? Because wouldn't it be nice to know that if you had 5 new clients in any like given week, let's say that you have 5 new people coming into your practice, would you like to know that they're there just for the one visit? Or would you like the certainty of knowing, oh, okay, both of you have had a conversation that says, hey, you know, what I do works a lot better when we do it over a certain stretch of time or a certain number of visits, right? This problem didn't start overnight, and it's not going to be resolved overnight. So you and I need to commit to a course of action that's going to get you the results that you want. And that can look like a certain number or a certain timeline of visits. And if you had that level of commitment from a client, you guys, would that have you feel a little more certain, a little more safe, right?
Sure.
Because what we don't want is people who are like, You know how in Star Wars Yoda says, there is no try, only do. You don't want a whole bunch of patients who are like, well, I'll try you today. And if I don't have a miraculous recovery in one visit, then I'm going to go knock on the practitioner down the road, right? We don't really want a lot of those kind of people in our practice. We want people who are committed to do the work together that it takes to get the results that they want, right? So I think having that level of certainty from knowing they and you have committed to a duration of time or a number of visits, that's what I'm talking about when I say packages. Is that clear-ish, Lisa?
Yeah, no, that's great. And I think that, you covered the fact that by providing this kind of a treatment plan, it gives a patient the benefit of knowing that they have a whole plan in front of them, and whether they prepay or just schedule, it can go either way. You don't have to collect a huge sum of money at the time that they schedule, but you can if you want to do it that way. But the bottom line is what you're teaching us is just don't discount the price
Don't
of your
discount the
visits.
price. Do not
Okay,
discount the price. And
right.
that's the mistake that I see all too many of you make. And ultimately, you guys, you're building resentment into your business, right? Because you're not going to show up with a 10 or 20% less passion for them to get better, right? You're not going to show up with 10% less of your skill. You're not. So you should not be discounting, or it's my opinion that it's not a good idea to drop the perceived value of your time in your marketplace. Okay. And the way that we can avoid doing that is we still sweeten the deal. Okay. But I think people instantly go to discounting price as the best way to sweeten the deal. And it's not. It's absolutely not. And you know it. Okay. I'm going to bring this to your attention in a very simple way. Okay. There are these sheets that I love by a brand called Wamsutta, and they are available at Macy's. Okay. I love them. They're overpriced. They're ridiculous, right? But Macy's has trained me to never go and buy them at full price because I know darn well that the newspaper or my phone is going to get a 40% off any one purchase coupon for Macy's. Okay. So Macy's has trained me that they're the discount brand. Okay. So now I'm going to hold off on giving them my money because I know that they're just going to discount their price. And so why should I ever pay full price for anything that they have to offer when I know I can just hang out a day or two and sometime in that week, I'm going to get a 40% off coupon, right? They have devalued their own brand in my mind. Okay. Whereas if you like a high value brand, like let's say you happen to love a particular shade of Chanel lipstick or Estee Lauder or whatever your favorite brand, right? Well, when you go to the counter, you notice that those brands don't do discounts. They don't say, oh, it's going to be 50% off your favorite shade of lipstick this month. You should stock up. Instead, they sweeten the deal by adding value, right? They're like, oh, when you buy your lipstick right now, you get this beautiful vacation kit, right? It's a little padded makeup bag and it has samples of 10 things that they hope you fall in love with and that you want to buy later, right? But they have sweetened the deal such that it's more attractive to buy your favorite shade of lipstick, okay? But they did not discount their price. Discounting your price can very quickly and unfortunately permanently drop the perceived value of your time and your services in the marketplace. And that's why I don't want you to discount your price. All right. I'm going to switch over to my iPad to make a point that I really hope drives this home. I'm going to switch gears over here. Okay. And then Lisa, will you just give me confirmation that you can see that? Because I know sometimes iPad share can be a little bit fussy.
Yeah, we see the transactional and transformational slide.
Perfect.
It's one of
Okay.
my favorites, by the way. So
One of your favorites. Okay, great.
yeah.
I think that this is a really key differentiating thing to understand. Okay. And I learned this from my mentor, Simon Bowen, who is an expert in all different kinds of models. But here's what I mean the difference between a transactional practitioner and a transformational practitioner. Okay. This is what I want you guys to be. Okay. But it requires that you keep a very high perceived value of your time. Okay. So, in the example of a transactional practitioner, I will use something from my own personal health history. Okay. I went through a bout of having terrible cystic acne. It was ugly. It was painful. It left marks even after the darn things were gone. It was horrible, right? So, of course, I wanted to seek out a solution. Okay. When I sought out a solution in the more conventional realm, when I reached out to a dermatologist, I found very, very many transactional practitioners. Okay. And what they would tell me is, okay, we're going to come in, you're going to do X number of visits, right? So they might have like visits. Okay, so there was a certain number of visits. There was definitely a prescription, right? They were going to give me some Accutane, right? Okay, you're going to take this, it's going to solve the problem, right? And oh, and then also there was like a topical, right? So there was a pill, and then there was also some sort of, I'm not a good drawer, but there was a little tube of stuff that you're supposed to topically put on your skin, okay? And that had a price attached to it. Okay. Generally, you're going to work with me. We're going to have 4 visits. It's going to happen over 3 months, whatever his time duration is. And that has a certain price. Okay. So for this price, he's going to try and get me the happy results that I want, which is what I can see in the mirror. What can I see in the mirror? Where hopefully no more spots, right? No more spots, no more pain, no more problems. That is what a transactional practitioner can offer me. Okay. Now, I looked into what those prescriptions and topical creams could do to my body, and I found out those were things that I was not really interested in. So I continued the hunt. Okay. And I found a functional medicine practitioner, right, who said, hey, I'm not just committed to you having clear skin, smiley face, no bumps in the mirror, right? Because if I gave you those prescriptions, what's going to happen is that's a band-aid approach. It's not actually addressing the underlying cause of why you're having that acne in the first place. And if I did that for you, right? Because of course I'm asking them, because I already had this plan from somebody else. I'm asking them about that. And they're explaining that would definitely solve it. You know, it could also have your skin peel. It's also going to be hard on your liver and kidneys. And you could be coming back with that same problem, only probably exacerbated, right? And you also may be layering on other problems in your health because of not solving the root cause and taking medications that were covering it up, but in essence, making your overall holistic health worse, right? So she's like, I'm not just committed to the skin being cleared up. I am committed to your whole body health. Okay. I want you to solve the problem in a way that is completely going to get to the root cause. So, yes, we still clear the skin, but in the long run, this is going to be a way better approach for you. I am concerned about how you feel for life. I am concerned that you can come back to me a year later happy that you have not only had the problem come up again, but that you also have no hardcore side effects from taking that conventional approach. That is a transformational practitioner. Okay. Now, in my book, did I pay more? Yeah. I paid almost 3 times more than I would have paid if I had settled for the transaction. Was it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it. And do I feel like I have someone I could go back to get to the root cause of any new problems in my future? Yeah. And that's what I want for you guys. Now, Lisa, I know you've heard this conversation before. Would you just share with the group what came up for you?
Yeah, I think that for me, when I'm looking at this from an acupuncture perspective, is that I kind of got a little lazy in a way at looking at people coming to me. I've got neck pain, back pain, knee pain. And the transaction is they're coming to me. I'm going to do an acupuncture treatment. I'm going to take care of their neck pain, back pain, knee pain, instead of what I am trained to do as a practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine, which is to look at the root cause of that and really put them on a treatment plan that's going to say, let's take a closer look at what's going on from a pattern perspective, from a pathology perspective, so that we're not only preventing the pain, but we're also helping them never have that again, type of thing. So for me, it was the way I was kind of addressing issues rather than using all of my Chinese medicine knowledge and being able to package that in a little bit different way and present it to them in a little bit different way so that we have more long-term relationship together.
Yeah, and then the feedback that you're going to get in the marketplace is like, this is temporary,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, you got rid of the zits that I could see, but now I have liver issues and kidney issues and fertility issues down the road, right? There's so many things that were attached to the plan that, that they wanted to put me on. And we ultimately want to go more than just this surface appearance of the problem. So, what she's saying, okay, yeah, you have neck problems, okay, but maybe when you're at the computer, you could walk away and do a stretch for just 5 minutes every hour. And then the work that we're doing here together in the acupuncture clinic would probably be a lot more effective, right? So what she's saying about looking at the whole situation and making sure that what's happening upstream that is causing them to end up here on the river with this problem. I think all of us need to do that. And that's going to get us this whole bigger area of health, right? All the root cause stuff, all the what had that acne happen in the first place in my case, right? So if we're actually tackling the bigger, deeper part of this iceberg that you can't necessarily see below the surface, not only will that have us be a transformational practitioner, but it also has us get people on board that like, look, we're not just looking at the vanity piece here. We're looking at what's going on under the surface that caused this problem to arise in the first place. And that will empower us to turn your entire health around, because this is the first domino to fall, but many, many more pain points will come and start falling if we don't address the holistic health issue. All you guys know that because the whole Chinese medicine background, Eastern medicine background that you all have, you have the 5 pillars of health. So you guys, I mean, hopefully we're preaching to the choir here that there's a
Right.
much bigger picture that we want everybody to be paying attention to.
Right. I just want to add to that, acupuncture can work so well for pain. It can be really easy to just do the transaction, to just get them better and let them go, instead of looking at the emotional piece, the stress. Like everybody, especially with pain issues, there's always stress component, and being able to talk to people about what's going on in their lives in addition to the pain and really bring them into that transformation. That's where it becomes much more fun for me, and it impacts their lives for the rest of their lives when they're able to manage stress differently.
Yeah, and that's fun, right?
So
And
gratifying.
I think all of us like that education piece and helping people turn on the lights and see
Yeah.
how empowered they are to change their health. I haven't met anyone, especially in your community, Lisa, that doesn't love that piece of
Right.
helping people feel empowered about their whole health. So I'm hoping by now, fingers crossed, everybody has these access to these templates, and we're just going to do these. We're going to get these out the door together right now. Okay. So if anybody's having a challenge, Lisa, just take a peek in the group. Make sure that we help everybody across the finish line. And then
Yeah.
I'm going to open this up and I want to show you guys what you're probably seeing. So let me share screen here. If you hit the link in the email to go and get these templates, you should see something that looks a little bit like this. Okay. And what's happening here is this is a Google document, a Google copy document. If you don't use Google Docs and Google spreadsheets and all that a lot, this might be a little new for you. So I'll make sure to go slow enough that everybody can follow along. But what has happened here is I've given you a make a copy link. So I already made this document. As soon as we hit this blue button, I'll show you there's going to be a little bit of spinning. I call it spinning ball of death, right? So we have to wait for it to make a copy. Okay. If you keep slamming the button, you're going to have 20 different copies of this in your Google account. And that's going to confuse you when you go to edit it. Oh, which one should I edit? You're going to have to delete all the extras. So let's give it a second. We're going to go ahead and click this make a copy button. As you can see, there's a circle spinning right here. And then after it loads, it'll stop spinning. Now we know it's done. Okay. So this now says up here, copy of P2P. You could even go ahead and put your own name or your own offer right here. So you know, so we're just going to do test right here. Okay. But you would put your name in here. And these will be your bundles with benefits emails. Okay. Now, if this is something you guys want to use later, I'm going to make a recommendation. We're going to customize this one right now, but you could always go file and make a copy. Okay. And then you would have this original template in case you want to do this in a slightly different way another time of year. Okay. So I'll give you that heads up in case you want 2 copies, one that we can work on now. Yeah, go ahead, Lisa.
Definitely do. I was going to say, definitely do that. Definitely make a copy so
Yeah.
that Yeah. See that you have
Take
multiple
advantage,
times to
right?
use this.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, because if you love this, then I want you to be able to do it in a couple of different ways, okay? And we're really sticklers, you guys. Like even our big brands, our Amy brands and JJ brands and all these huge brands which have big teams, right? So the bigger the team, the higher the likelihood that the CFO, the chief financial officer, is going to stroll into the team meeting and say, "Guys, we need a cash bump right now, okay? We just invested in a whole bunch of supplements and protein powders and we're cash poor right now. Come on, marketing department, make it happen." So and we don't want them to become the Macy's, right? We want them to stay like a brand like Tiffany's or Chanel. Like we want them to stay a high volume brand. So we don't want to be running a ton of sales. We do not. So this is the type of promotion that we felt comfortable running frequently. Okay, a promotion that sweetens the deal, but it doesn't discount the value of what they have to offer. So this is the kind of thing that we would do quite frequently. So yeah, make a copy, keep it. This is just a cover, so you guys know, oh yeah, health clients now, that's what I opted in for. So we're gonna scroll down to this page here where it says bundles with benefits, okay? Now, everybody, if you forget what we've done, if you need to revisit what we're doing together, I made a video tutorial version here also, okay? So that lets you go back and review. So if you made a copy and then 6 months from now, 3 months from now, you wanna run another promotion and you forget, I made that video link there for you so we can go back and do it together, but via video, okay? All right, now this is a table of contents. Please don't type in this table of contents. We can refresh and update it by hitting this button when we're done, okay? So if we want to change the name of these, like from draft to ready, it would be ready for us to put in our email service provider. We'll cover that at the end, uploading the emails, okay? And this one was ready. Then watch what's going to happen. I could type it ready. It's not ready because we didn't do the copy yet. But if I come up here and hit this circular button, so see how if I do not have any gray outline here, no gray outline, but if I click in this box, a gray outline appears and I can see this little circle. And when I refresh it, okay, when I hit that circle, do you see how it changed from draft to ready? Okay, so this will update automatically, so don't type over this, okay? I don't want you to type over that copy. You're just gonna change things down here. Okay, so now what we're going to start by doing is we're going to decide on the date and time that we want to send these emails. Okay, now here I'm going to take a quick break from this really quick and I want to talk to you guys about something. Okay, so it is possible for you guys to do a sort of bootstrapped quick version of a Black Friday Cyber Monday promotion. Okay, so if you decide to do that, the upside of using these emails that we're about to write together in that capacity is that there would be some time constraints on the offer, right? And whenever there's a time constraint on the offer, that creates scarcity. Okay, meaning that they have to decide and take an action within a smaller time window, which forces their brain to not put it on the back burner. It forces their brain to go, "Oh, do I want that? Oh my gosh, the time is going to run out. I don't want to miss my opportunity. So I had darn well better take action before that window disappears." Okay. So if you want to use these as the sort of bootstrap quick way of doing a Black Friday promotion, okay, then we'll add in a little extra language here to make it a Black Friday through Cyber Monday promotion. And that would add some scarcity. Okay. Hopefully you guys could see the value in doing that. Okay.
Sure.
Lisa, any questions about that? Is that clear what I'm kind of suggesting they use this for?
Yeah, I don't see any questions coming up. And I know, I think that we, as acupuncturists, we never want to put pressure on our patients or anything like that. But the truth is that it's, we succumb to the psychology, right, of pressure, but it helps us make a decision. And I think if we look at it that way, that we're trying to help our patients make a decision that's going to benefit them in the long run, then adding in that time frame just makes sense. So this is where we need to lean on you to help us kind of get out of our own way of doing things in order to get people to take action. So I appreciate you adding that the Black Friday kind of scarcity thing for us.
Yeah, and I know it's tough, you guys, but how many of you are going to stock up on something between Black Friday and Cyber Monday? I
I got my list. I got my
I
list.
have my list too. I know my favorite little brands, and even how I told you that on those bigger teams, the CFO would walk in and say, "All right, we need a money bump." Like we would allow our big brands. We were like really firm about this. No more than 2 sales with a discounted price in a year. No more. And if they didn't commit to that, then we would not be on their team. And that was self-preservation for their brand, but also for us. We don't want ever to turn brands into those discounty kind of brands. So I think this is something that you guys could have a lot of effectiveness with if we put this into play for Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Okay, so that's like basically Thanksgiving. You have it set up before Thanksgiving, and then you would come in Monday morning after, and you let it run all day. Maybe Tuesday, like Monday night after you close, you could shut it off, or Tuesday morning when you come in, and then you would just have that short window where this offer would be available. All right. If any questions pop up about that, Lisa, feel free to just talk over me and like, let's get your people's questions answered because I want them to be able to use this. Okay. So I'm going to pretend that we're going to go for that. So Lisa, what's the day of Friday after Thanksgiving? What's the date of that? So let's see, when
Friday
would I
after
want them to
Thanksgiving.
know?
So the
Yeah.
25th, the 24th is
Okay.
Thursday, Thanksgiving, and the 25th is the Friday after.
Okay. Okay. So we might do that nice and early on Thursday morning. Okay. Now, I will say one thing that you guys, that it's too late. Do not fall into the trap of paying for ads for a Black Friday promotion right now. Please do not do that. Okay. There are some scammy marketers who will try to get you to throw money at a very last minute Black Friday through Cyber Monday promotion with ads on different paid media channels. It's not the time to do that. If you have not already warmed up those ad accounts, you will pay through the teeth for those ads. Okay. So it is not a good investment of money to do that right now unless you already have your Facebook ads warmed up. Okay. Just a red flag for any of you who are playing with the paid environment, which I know might not be a lot of you, but don't be duped. Okay. Do not be duped into making that decision right now. The proper way to do that, you can do it next year, is to be warming up the accounts with like video views a few months before Black Friday. And then your ads would be far more cost efficient. Okay. So I do not want you gambling unless your ad accounts are ready. Okay.
Good to know.
All right.
Quick
Okay.
question about the date. You said to send that out Thursday, but November 25th is the Friday. So which day did you want that to go out? Thanksgiving Day, which would be the 24th?
It's up to
Or
you if you want to do it. So if you wanted to try to like beat the Black Friday rush, you could definitely do that. So we could say we could send this the 24th, right? If I sent it on this day, just as a reminder for all of us, the reason to do that would be to beat the rush. Okay. So if you wanted to even be super proactive, you could send this on like on Monday, right? Which would be what, the 21st, right? So let's just give ourselves some options here. What we could do is we could send the first one on Monday, and I would want this in blue so I see it. So you could send the first one to really jump the gun on everybody else who's sending out these emails, right? You could send it on Monday, which I think, Lisa, if you look at the calendar, is that November 21st?
yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. So, and then we could move forward and all of this stuff, because we have a few different versions, you guys. And I know all of my acupuncture friends, you're going to be like, oh, no, 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 no. I could not send 3 emails in 1 week to my people. No, that's like making me be a spammer. I'm not going to do that. You guys, that week, there's going to be so many emails that you will be lost in the shuffle, right? So I want to make sure you send out a few of them because they might miss it by accident. They might love this invitation and miss it in the sheer volume of stuff that is landing in their inbox. So please put the email shyness down. I promise you this works. Put the email shyness down and send 3 emails in this promotion, okay? Because people who love you will miss this promotion just because of how many emails are going to be landing in their inbox that week, all right? Okay, so we could do Monday, November 21st, right? And then we could even say on this first one, we could change this, right? So I'm going to give you some options here, right? So I'm going to give you guys different options so you could choose, okay? So let's say that this is option A, okay? Now let's do like an option B. Okay, so we could do an email that just simply said, we're grateful for them, right? And we could start a very Thanksgiving based conversation for them letting you be a part of their health journey. Does that make sense, Lisa?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so we might use this as an optional one, right? And we would start this email by saying, okay, something like that. I'm grateful for you, Lisa. And I would add my little thing there, right?
Can you just explain about that little code you have in there? Because we don't want anyone to just the first name code.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm going
Let's,
to take this and I'm going to make it a really ugly, obnoxious red. And the reason is this is what's called a merge field, as in merging into traffic, right? It's called a merge field. And if you're using something like MailChimp or Infusionsoft, or we use Kartra, everybody has a different platform that they use as their email service provider. It's called an ESP, and it can have the first name of everybody on your email list plug right in there. Now, the reason I made this the obnoxious red is because the merged field is different ever so slightly for every single email service provider. So this is probably not what yours is. Okay, so you'll want to double check. What is the merge field in your CRM, which is just a customer relationship management, right? It's how you send emails. What is the correct merge field for yours? Okay. And if you don't know, take it out.
yeah,
Just go
just take
like
it out.
that. Okay. Just say, I'm grateful for you. If you do not know how to do the merge field, take it out. Don't risk it, because it's going to be really a whole lot worse if I get the email from you that's supposed to be a heartfelt letter and it says, I'm grateful for you, first name. We've all done it. Like, if you're in the email marketing space for a long time, you have done it. I have done it, right? Oh, you feel terrible, especially when it's an email that you love and it's like from the heart, and then it goes out, oh, hello, first name. Wow, it's so embarrassing. So if you do not know how to manage the merge field, err on the side of making it easy, okay? And just go like that. Don't put the merge field if you do not know how to use that function in your email service provider. Okay.
Thank you,
All
Joy.
right. Of course, of course. So now, because we're adding a bit of a Thanksgiving twist here, before I get to the standard copy, which you hopefully you made a copy, you can use the other one year round. We're just going to have a little fun with this, and we're going to make a Black Friday through Cyber Monday, right? So as we head into the holiday season, I'm reaching out to express my gratitude. We'll come back and fix it up. Okay, so I'm reaching out to express my gratitude for the luxury of being a part of your health journey. Or whatever, sounds, whatever you would say, it has to sound like you. Okay? Okay, and now we want to slowly segue in to the fact that we're going to offer them something special. Okay. Now you're going to notice something that would make my dear sweet English teacher roll over in her grave. Okay. I'm not going to speak in conventional paragraphs. All right. Because of the short attention span online humans that we have evolved into, emails now convert better when we write them closer to a text message. right? So you're going to be Joy. Those sentences could easily go together in a paragraph. What the heck are you doing? What's with all the carriage returns, right? That's what's happening. We have found that emails convert a lot better when we break them up into either sentence, 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 at the same way that a text goes back and forth. And if we're short and sweet and clear. Okay. So if you guys are wondering why I'm doing that, it's a conversion tactic. That's all we're up to. Okay. So
Thank
now
you.
I want to,
I'm going to interrupt again only because
yes,
like
please.
I really want acupuncturists to understand the value that you're bringing is not just, the copy, but the fact that you've tested this, like this is tested, proven emails and the way that they're set up. And even just when you started us on this Google document and you showed where we would put in whether it's a draft or whether it's been sent. I mean, even these kinds of things are for tracking. So there's so many different levels that you're training us to be really great business owners and to be really successful at what we're doing. There's so many different levels to this. I just want to say thank you. I love learning the psychology and the tactics and the strategy, as well as the fact that you've tested this on so many different brands. You've spent money on all this kind of stuff, and here you are giving it to us for free. So,
Oh, my pleasure,
thank you.
honey. My pleasure. This is great fun for me. Okay, so as we head into the holiday season, I'm reaching out to express my gratitude for the luxury of being a part of your health journey. Thank you. I am offering a special limited time only, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so something along the lines of to thank you, I am offering a special limited time. I think that might need to have that, but we'll see if it corrects us. Limited time offer to inspire you to continue your self care and the support of your health. Your health is well worth investing in, and I'd like to make it more cost effective and safe. Okay, guys, I'm going to pause here to let you know what we're heading into. Okay. I told you we're not discounting the price. Instead of discounting the price of your time, we're going to sweeten the deal. Okay. Now, in this example, I am sweetening the deal by giving them a discount, but not on your time. Okay. I'm going to sweeten the deal by them booking packages with you by offering them a discount on your FullScript account. Okay, now the majority of you do use FullScript. If you do not use FullScript and you have, for example, a dispensary of your own, some of you have your own custom made dispensaries, some of you sell them in office, and you could offer that discount on your in office products as well. Some of you don't want to promote the discount of supplements. In that case, you could remove the discount from FullScript and you could put in something like a free training, right? Like I know Lisa has a wonderful introductory level meditation training that she could give away as a gift for people who were booking these packages with her. Okay. Some suggestions for things that you can sweeten the deal with would include anything that you find yourself repeating ad nauseum. Okay. So if a lot of you say, hey, you know what, this person is eating a ton of junk, what I really need them to do is to do a brief elimination diet so we could actually calm their body down, or perhaps put them on an anti-inflammatory diet for a short period of time. If that's something that you do often and find yourself repeating often, that would be a wonderful thing to turn into a bonus, right? Not only will it prevent you from having to repeat yourself ad nauseum, it becomes a free gift that you can give people to incentivize them for specials like this. Okay. You can even just sort of have it in your queue right? Have it in your sort of arsenal of things that you have to sweeten the deal for new patients, right? So I want you to have some things in your quiver, so to speak, that you can use to sweeten the deal. All right. Now, never underestimate the power of handouts that you've made, video trainings that you've made, cleanses, detoxes, anything like that that you have done. All of those things can be super powerful tools to sweeten the deal when you make an invitation like this. All right. Lisa, is that clear, hun? Does that land for you? Or do we need to go into more detail on different
No,
options?
that's good. There is a question from Gretchen about using, trying to make the emails not quite so markety that filters pick them up as promotional
Yes.
emails, and then they become like in spam filters and that kind of stuff. Is this a good time to talk about that?
Yes, totally. You will notice that I don't use the word free, right? I don't use the word free. That one will definitely send you into spam filter. If you wanted to give something away free, Gretchen, and like, let's say that she wanted to give away some sort of like, for example, your meditation course, then we go like this and we put something in between the letters to make it not detectable by the spam filter. Okay. So there are definitely things that can land you in the spam filter. You guys, unless you're mailing your people a whole big bunch, you should not be on the spam blacklist at this point in your career. Okay. Now, if you have been sending a bunch of spam, that's another problem. And you may need to do some email cleanup. That is something that improving your email sender score is something that we would want to invite Travis to come and do an action
Yeah,
lab
that's a
on,
whole
because
try.
that is
Yeah.
it's a whole geeky
Training.
endeavor to try and undo that. My hope is that you guys have not been doing that. In my experience with acupuncturists, they don't tend to be hyper spammers. I haven't met any who were like overdoing their list. So I would be surprised if you guys were concerned about that. Okay.
No, we're
Now,
the
if
opposite.
you,
We're afraid that like 2 emails in 3 days is like, we're spamming. Like,
yeah,
so this
yeah,
is good.
exactly. Exactly. So you'll also notice, Gretchen, that we don't want to dive deep into a ton of like discount, get it now. Like, we're not going to use a lot of those phrases in the titles in our email, and anywhere that we are mentioning a discount, right? We're going to have that embedded in a full like paragraph of copy. It's not going to be like 15% now, 15% now. Like, we're not going to break those up into separate statements in this email in order to avoid trying to be a spam filtery kind of person. Okay. So that's a great question though. This is the one that will get you into a ton of hot water, is free. Okay. All right. So now we're trying to make a transition here. I think that's enough of a transition. Guys, it's totally up to your personality, but for me, I'm an emoji person. Okay. So my emojis when I put emojis in my headlines, my open rate is drastically increased. Okay, drastically increased. So if I was going to do grateful for you, okay, you guys can see up here, I have this weird little green circle that looks like, I don't know, a smiley face with no eyeballs or something. What I have done is I have gone to, I'll just show you guys really quick. If you are an emoji person, you will love this. Okay. So you will go to it's called Joy Pixel. Oh, and first you have to go to the Chrome add-ons. So if you go to Chrome add-ons, just do a Google search for Chrome add-ons. You're going to find something called the Chrome Web Store. Sounds like you have to buy stuff, but it's free. Don't worry. Okay. And there is an app called, it's not mine. It just happens to be called Joy
It's
Pixel.
it's appropriately named though, because you do use a lot of emojis
I do.
very
I use
well.
a lot of emojis. Honestly, like, I'm not like the super teen texter. I'm not a millennial. I'm way too old for that, right? But it's a conversion thing. We've tested it and they convert better. So that's the reason that we do it. So if you click on this, so if I was to click on that, now mine only gives me the option to remove from Chrome because I already have it. Okay. But if you didn't already have it, it should ask you if you want to add this to your Chrome browser. And when you do, you'll see a cutesy little thing right here that lets you add emojis. Okay. So a little bonus for you guys.
Thank you.
All right. So I would grab my little emoji, right? And I might do something sweet, like I like my little orange hearts, right? And I might put that in my thing. Okay. Now, there's also something that we're doing here. When you use a title like this, it sounds like an email that could be coming from a friend, right? So you'll notice in some of our emails that convert really well, I'll do like, hey, are we still meeting up today? Like when I'm trying to get them to attend something like a webinar, are you still meeting up with me today? Is an email that I would send Lisa if I was in her city and we were going to meet for lunch, right? So when you see an email with a headline that sounds like, "Oh, do I have plans today?" Right? Do I have plans today with someone? Have I forgotten that? Like it is a psychological hack, but basically we're getting them to open the email because it sounds like something that would be coming from, a girlfriend that they forgot they were going to have lunch with, or a friend who's loving them and just sending them a little note saying, "Hey, I'm oh so grateful for you," right? So whenever you do something that sounds personal, you will find that you'll get an uptick in your open rates, okay? And just so you guys know this while we're covering it, if your open rates on your email, some of you, Lisa, I realize this might be advanced for some people who they're not great at their email, but if you're looking at your email sending service and you see that your open rates are not good, then you want to change your subject lines. Okay, change your subject lines. If you get good open rates, but you don't have good click through rates, meaning that they actually clicked on what you wanted them to click and either go read a blog post or go check something out, then you need to change the invitation for them to make the click. Okay, so poor open rates, change your subject line. Poor click through rates, change your invitation on what you want them to click. All right.
Which is
Is
this
that
copy
clear,
right
Lisa?
here. This copy
Yeah,
is the invitation to click to purchase the bundle or
exactly.
do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So now we've said we're super thankful for them. As we head into them, we would like to make an invitation for them. We remind them that your health is well worth investing in, and I'd like to make it more cost effective and safe. Okay. In fact, I'd like to save you so much on your health products this year that it pays for your visits with me. Here's the deal. If you're purchasing high quality supplements, herbs, essential oils, and you guys can switch this around, right? And you can get rid of the ones that you don't use. You might need to say high quality herbs, tinctures, what are the things, Lisa, that I love? The tax.
Oh, the ear seed.
I love
Ear
the
seed.
ear tax. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So whatever it is that you use, okay? So feel free. This is you customizing it to make it sound like you, okay? If you're purchasing high quality supplements, herbs, essential oils, and even protein or collagen powders, you know how quickly the costs can add up. If you've seen all the news features about fake supplements that don't contain what they claim to on the label, then you're probably looking for reliable, safe ways to purchase with confidence in a highly unregulated industry. And you guys all know that this is true, right?
Right.
That's not a regulated industry. What I'm doing here is I'm framing you, the email sender, as someone who is helping to look out for them from making those bad mistakes. Okay. Investments in supplements on Amazon that are fake or not good or really don't contain anything. So I'm wanting you to come across as someone who is opening these conversations with them and protecting them, looking out for them. Is that apparent, Lisa? Do you understand the psychology there?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, perfect. Okay. I'd like to solve both of these challenges by giving you a 15% discount on products in my online dispensary for 12 months when you purchase a bundle of blah, 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 however many you want visits with me, right? Again, you may have to change this, right? If you purchase a 3-month engagement of visits with me, okay? You may need to change the copy to make it work if you're a person who simply wants the time commitment and you don't want to charge for the bundle in advance. Then what you are charging for, or what you're trying to set up with them, is an engagement of visits, right? You want to have an agreement with them where they're committing to their own health by booking a certain number of visits in advance. Okay. So you may need
Right.
to change the language here.
And it could be when you schedule a bundle of visits with me, and then
Mhm.
you can still just charge them on the first visit.
And so we'll put that in here as an offer, right? So some of you will do the purchase piece, okay? Some of you will do the schedule piece. Totally doesn't matter. Make this work for y'all. All
Yeah.
right. I want you guys to take this bull by the horns and I want you to wrestle it until it is exactly what you want it to be. This should be your personality. Okay. My dispensary contains only safe, top quality nutraceuticals, supplements, herbs, essential oils, topicals, and even collagen powders. Now, luckily, FullScript is really good about screening what they offer you guys. So you have a layer of protection that you actually don't have to provide, but FullScript provides for you. Okay. Which I think is really nice.
Yeah.
You can trust that you can trust you're getting quality products that have been third party tested for safety and to confirm they include exactly what they claim to contain. Okay. If you invest in your health as I do, that 15% savings will be worth far more than the cost of this how many session bundles, right? Now, the reason you guys, I did the math on this because, of course, I know enough functional medicine doctors that they do give me access to their FullScripts accounts and they let me have a discount. And when I factor in the fact that my husband and my son love their pre-workout collagen protein powders, right? And I don't want anything on their skin after they get out of the shower, but we live in San Diego where it can be dry and hot, right? So I'm getting their collagen powder through FullScript. I'm getting the coconut oil that they put on their skin after FullScript. I'm getting the multivitamin that they like on FullScript. I'm getting our fish oil, all the things, right? All the things. Okay. Even having like arnica gel around so that I have a safe way to take care of Maverick instead of putting some crazy Neosporin stuff on his skin, right? So I'm arming my whole household using this FullScript discount. Okay. So when we did the math on that, if I would have paid full price on that, I would have invested $2,000 more in caring for my family than I did as a result of having this discount on FullScript. Okay. You can augment this number. You'll notice that I'm really bringing your attention to these areas in this bright, obnoxious orange. And that's because I want you to customize this so it feels natural, accurate, real, honest for you. Okay. So if you want to run those numbers of what you would have paid full price and you want to put a different number in there, I want you to feel super, super confident, honest, and transparent with your people. So you adjust this as you see fit. Is that clear, Lisa?
Yeah, it's actually a really easy thing to do, and that is to look and see what your patients have purchased already. Doesn't even have to be on FullScript, but what they've already purchased, and just take 15% off and see what it is, what they would have saved, and just kind of come up with some numbers that way so that you can be authentic when you're letting them know what kind of cost savings they're going to get by having this advantage for a full year.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So then, okay, if you invest in your health routes, it will be far more than the cost of this bundle with you, or even it will be far less than the cost of committing to a certain number of sessions, right? So for those of you who are not going to sell the bundle, okay, this might say, so we'll just do a slash here, the cost of this bundle, or the other option for the copy could be far more than committing to whatever number of sessions that you're, committing to an engagement, and then however many number of sessions that you're going to put in. Sessions, visits, whatever you call, whatever language you use in your clinic, okay? And then it says here, you set yourself up for sessions with me and you get access to save 15% across the board on all products on my dispensary. And then I wouldn't put this year right now. I would say for a full 12 months. Okay. My hope is that this motivates you to be proactive about your health. Your health is the point. If a stitch in time saves 9, then I can't wait to see whatever number of visits you're asking them to commit to does for your vitality. Click here to book a bundle and save 15% on health products. Okay. Now, quick note about this link. How are you going to set up this link? Okay. Everybody has a different way of setting this up, right? If you are working on Stripe, you may take them directly to a Stripe checkout form where they've paid for a particular bundle of visits. Those of you who are having them prepay for a bundle, if you want them to have a commitment of a certain number of engagements, then you may need to send them directly to your scheduling service to go ahead and pick those schedules. Okay. Now, if for all of you who are going to use hey, let's just commit to a certain number of visits, I would want you to do a PS on this that said, hey, by the, or hey, or by the way, or whatever, by the way, life happens. Okay.
Yes, it does.
If you schedule, right? If you schedule your, X number of visits, whatever that is, okay, and you need to change things around, I am flexible. Right. So we just want to add a little note there. So let's say that you had them book six visits. That's the commitment that you wanted. They booked, Friday morning for 6 weeks straight, or every other Friday for however long, right? And then their kid gets a cold and they have to, cancel the night before, or they need to move it because they have a meeting with their boss one Friday. That's just kind of letting them know, hey, like, I'm here. I want to work with you. I want this to work, right? So I would probably add a PS, something around this language, if I was doing the commitment of visits. Okay. And then if you need to give them any explanation of how this is going to look, like, once I see that you've picked your X number of sessions, then I will send you the discount code to use in FullScript for the entire 12 months. Okay. So you want to the point here, you guys, is to be really clear about exactly how it functions, right? We don't want them guessing. We do not want them guessing. Okay. Now, the other question that can generally come up at this time is, Joy, why? Why would I just do it for a year? Why wouldn't I just give them access to FullScript and give them the discounted account? Well, the reason is because you could run this same promotion next year, right? Or you could run like a new year, new you promotion next year, right? And then it gives you the flexibility to go in, and everybody you grant the discount to, you're going to want to place on your Google Calendar or whatever calendar service you use a reminder to go in and pull out the discount from all of the people who took advantage this year. Okay. And then maybe wait a month or a couple weeks, right? And then you could send out a different promotion for new year, new you, right? Hey, in this year, I want to support you with your health. When you're running the same promotion, you might just frame it differently so that you're not always running the same exact promotion for Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Okay. Now, because we added this intro, right, as we head into the holiday season, right, I would want to state that this offer is only good, right? This offer is good now through Cyber Monday, okay? Because we said up here that it was a limited time offer, right? Didn't we say a limited time offer? We
Yeah,
did,
you did.
right here. Okay, limited time offer. Okay. So when we state the deal, okay. Okay, this offer okay.
So
And
is
then
Cyber Monday the 28th? Is that how that works?
and you could tell
Okay.
them.
Okay.
Is that are you looking at the calendar, honey? I want to make
I
sure
am.
we don't. Okay.
Yeah, it's the 28th.
Okay. So now we've made it super, super clear. So now we have some time constraints. Okay. And click here. We don't need all of this underlined, so we're going to not underline, not orange. Okay. We're going to make this regular text. Okay. And then we're going to grab the date.
I have a quick question for you, Joy, if
Yeah,
this is a
please
good time.
bring it.
So, let me get back to where the questions are. Sharon asked the question that, so we only, as practitioners, we only have 35% discount. We only get 35% on full script. So another 15% off leaves us only 20%. So I just wanted to know if you could speak to the 15%. Is that something that you've tested? Could we do 10%, or what are your thoughts on
Yes.
trying to make sure that we still increase our income, like through volume, and what your strategy is here?
Yeah. So I find 15% is the minimum that gets action. I think
Okay.
when we drop below 15, we just don't get much action. So the way that I look at this, I mean, she's making a good point. Like, oh, wait, you're
Right.
cutting into my profits, which is accurate. But if
Yeah,
you didn't run this promo, my dear, you wouldn't have the bump in sales. So what we're trying to put on the teeter totter is just enough discount to get them to take action, and also to bring up a volume of sales that we simply would not have had before. Right? So we're
absolutely.
getting both the additional visits booked. Yay. We're not discounting our time anymore because we don't do that anymore. That was our past self. Our new
Yeah.
self, as of today, no longer discounts our time ever, ever, ever. Right? We add value, right? You can give a lecture, you can invite people to a Facebook Live. If you're not savvy, you guys, at creating a video lesson or a PDF that's fancy, host a live, right? Just as the bonus, host a live. We're heading into flu season, you guys. You guys could easily give a talk about the best ways to naturally protect your family during flu season. Great. So you just, as a bonus for them doing that, they could come to that live. It's a very low tech thing. Anybody not know how to host a Zoom, right? You could definitely host a Zoom or a Facebook Live. It doesn't matter, right? So if you're super low tech and you don't want to do the discount, you have lots of options. But that is a great question, sweetheart. The sweet spot that I have found is anything below 15%. It just kind of doesn't register as a big enough motivator to make a switch. So we have to kind of take that, like, okay, well, yeah, we're cutting into our profits a little bit, but we're also upping the volume of sales, and we're also getting all these extra visits booked, which hopefully gives us a little more financial certainty for Q4, quarter four of 2022. Right? Which
Right.
can slow down a little bit because people are traveling, or their families in town, or they're navigating Thanksgiving and holidays and Hanukkah, or all the things, right? So
Mhm.
sometimes we can have a dip this time of year anyway, and this could help us offset that.
Yeah,
Does
I
that
love this.
answer
And,
that
and
effectively?
yeah, and they're in for the whole year. So like you said, that there's all different kinds of things that we can do throughout the year to remind them that they have this benefit. And where are they going to order their products now? They're not going to go
Yeah.
on Amazon. They're going to go straight into their account and place orders. So it makes perfect sense.
Exactly. And this opens you guys up to send another email that converts really well, which is the holiday gift guide idea. Right? And why wouldn't they go ahead and buy, a little safety shake making package for their friends or whatever? Like, they could buy stuff that's really healthy on full script and give it away as gifts, and they would be getting a discount, right? So it's like,
Right.
you can send them, like, oh, hey, here's a suggested bundle for anyone whose health you would like to enrich as a Christmas present, right? Why buy them a stocking full of C's candy and stuff that's going to make them sick? What if you actually bought someone a bundle that was going to make them more healthy, right? So,
Right.
and then for all the people who did that, you're going to know, because you have a list of people you have to go into full script and give the discount, right? So if I were you, I would take those same email list of people and I would remind myself on my calendar, hey, send them, after Thanksgiving, this promotion is over. In the following week, when this promotion is done, or 2 weeks later, I would say, hey, Christmas is coming. Here's some healthy Christmas ideas, right? And whether you're suggesting a package in your full script, which would help, remember, you have that 15% discount, so it's going to be even less. But then it also opens up the conversation to request trusted or suggest trusted product sales, for example, like sunlight and sauna, if that's
Right.
a trusted thing that you like, or anything that you guys believe in that are trusted products and you have set yourself up to be an affiliate for. And if you don't know the term affiliate, it's just where you go on a site for a product that you love and you sign up to promote sales of that product. product, they give you a special code. Generally, the people get some sort of a discount, right? And then you get credit. You get a kickback for having promoted something and they get a discount. So it can definitely be a win-win. So you could send those email communications closer to Christmas.
All kinds of things stem from this. So this is great. Thank you, Joy.
Yes, exactly.
I know we're over an hour. Are you okay for time?
I'm
I know
good. I'm
your
good. I
time is
have
so
until
valuable.
12:30. And you guys, this is not rocket science. I like the concept of Action Lab, so we do it together. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
this is
breeze
great.
through this and just let you know that you could change this however you want, okay? But now we're gonna say, obviously you have to change the title to what is gonna align with what you guys say. I would also say this is probably too long of an email, because when it's that long, you're not going to see it. Like, especially if they're looking at it on their phone, they're not going to see it. So I would cut this down and I would use this half or I would use this half, but I wouldn't try to fit both of them in there. So I'm going to go ahead and break that down and give you a couple different options there, but I want it short and sweet enough that they're probably going to see it. Okay. And then Lisa, do you think editing these emails themselves is something that they'll probably tackle pretty well on their own?
Yeah, I think
We have
so.
time to
And
go through
I
it.
know there are also a bunch of questions in the feed right now. So I will collect questions. And if you don't mind hanging around in our group, like for the next
Yeah,
few days, you can answer them that way too. But I
perfect.
would love it if people would if you tackle this email on your own and post it in the group, I'll give you feedback. I'll at least offer to
Yeah.
do that kind of thing so that you feel good about it.
Okay.
Because
So
I know
the
you have the social media posts that you
Yeah,
want to
so
get
I
to
want to move
also.
on to that one. So basically,
Yeah.
you guys, you're going to read through all of this copy. Remember, if you don't know how to use the merge fields, bye-bye, right? We're
Yeah.
just going to omit them, just err on the side of not making that embarrassing mistake and just completely take them out, okay? And then you're going to augment these as you see fit so they feel like you. Please go ahead and adjust all 3 emails,
And it's
okay?
okay to repeat what you wrote so well in the first one, right? We're just kind of
Yes.
repeating, just, give them, some people will not have seen the first email maybe. So we're just kind of repeating ourselves and that's okay.
Exactly. We like to think people see our emails and they see them perfectly in the consecutive order. Oh, they're going to remember that I said that phrase in the last email. You guys, they don't. Like I would love it if everybody read every single email that we all send, but we all know that does not happen. Who reads every email in their inbox? Nobody, right? None of us. We can't get through it. So don't worry about sending multiples. It's just that we need to give them different opportunities to see that we're reaching out. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm going to move on now and take you right into the link to the template itself. Okay. Now, these are good for those of you who maybe don't have such a huge email list,
Hang on,
but
Joy.
you are, yeah,
Will you just show on that document where you got the link to
yeah,
this one? Because
totally,
it's at
totally.
the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want
Okay.
people to
So
know.
if you scroll way to the bottom down here on the template document, you will see that there are Canva templates for promoting bundles with benefits. Okay. Now,
Right.
there are some here for health professionals, just general. So those of you who are not acupuncturists, maybe you're a health coach or a functional medicine practitioner, Reiki, whatever, right?
You're
Then
not
if
in
I were
here.
you, I would
You're
go to this one. But I think almost all of us in here are truly acupuncturists. We probably have maybe a few who snuck in. You guys would want to use those, our little sneaky friends. And then all the acupuncturists, you'll want to click on this one. Okay. And the
yeah.
reason for that is I already found graphics for you that go good for acupuncturists. So you don't have to hunt. Okay. When you click on that link, you're going to see this. Now, if you do not currently have a Canva account, you want to take advantage of the fact that you can get one for free. Okay. Now, I used to struggle with all the very Microsoft sort of products that were really challenging for me, like the Photoshop and Illustrator. And like, I don't have I'm not that tech savvy to do all of that kind of design work. Canva makes it stupid simple to do it. And because I've made the templates for you already, you're just going to get to color by numbers. Okay. So we're going to plop in and assume that you guys have a free account. I believe, Lisa, and I could be wrong about this, if you click this link and you don't have a Canva account yet, then when you click the use template button, it's going to invite you to sign up for a free account. Okay, that's my belief. I might be wrong about that. I'm sorry if I am wrong about that. Really quick before I go in and show you this, notice that, look, you guys, how easy it is. They already have all these beautiful things made for you. You can just go in and customize them and change them to your colors. Okay, so I'm going to close this template box right here and let's take a good look at this template. Lisa, is this showing okay for you? You can see
Yep.
everything?
Yep. We can see
Okay,
everything.
wonderful. Perfect. So this first one right here, please do not post this on social, you guys. Okay. This is just a little landing so that you guys know you opened the right template. I'm going to actually want you to delete it here in a minute. We're going to delete this. Okay. If you feel uncomfortable deleting it and you want an original copy, again, you can go file. Okay. And you can choose right down here the option to make a copy. Okay. Then you would still have the original that I made for you. And then you would also have one that you can color by numbers and make it pretty to match your brand. Okay. So all this is doing is letting you know you're in the right template spot. Okay. You're going to offer a bundle of bindits. You're going to purchase, I'm using 12 in this example. You guys can change this to whatever you are doing. You can change your percent discount if you want. Everything is customizable in here. Okay. And this is what you call a WYSIWYG editor, which just stands for what you see is what you get, meaning that that's a text box. You can click on it. You can type anything in here, right? 13 months, whatever you want. Okay, so these are just simple text boxes. And now we're going to scroll down to the next one. This is also not what I want you to post. Okay, but I know some of you will struggle with, okay, if I put the graphics out, what should I write in the post on the side? I don't want you struggling with that. Okay, so I wrote you some sample copy right here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see it together. Okay,
Thank you.
so
Woo.
instead of you struggling with the copy of what to write in the actual text part of your Facebook or Instagram, whatever, wherever you love to post, I went ahead and gave you some example copy in here. Okay, now, do you need to customize this? Yes. Just like you customize the emails, I want you to love this, okay? You also need to come up with what link you're going to put in here, right? For those of you who just want to take them straight to your scheduler and have them book, you'll need to communicate to them, how do you know that they met that agreement, right? So for me, I like to have a single, I use Stripe. So if this was me, what I would do is I would have set up in advance a package of 12 visits for a very specific price, and I would link them directly to that Stripe checkout form, and they would see the promotional price there and my little pretty picture. They would put in their credit card, they would pay, and it would be done. Stripe would send me an email notification. I know Lisa Hanfileti just bought from me. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get into full script. I'm going to give her and everybody else who bought the discount. And then I'm going to send them a confirmation email that says, hey, I got your, I saw that you signed up, and I just wanted to let you know, I went into my dispensary and I made sure that you are set up for that discount. Congratulations for making this move proactively to take care of your health. Okay. So you guys will need to navigate that well. Don't forget to communicate, right? The buyers, you should be communicating with a lot, right? Because that can drastically raise what's called your CLTV, your customer lifetime value, right? Meaning not those new people who come do one session and they leave, but long-term customers that you have a relationship with. That's where we want to put the majority of our attention, because we want to have a nice high customer lifetime value with people, because that shows they're committed to us, we're committed to them. We want to maintain that relationship. Okay. So you'll customize this copy, and that will be the text of the post. And now, because I walked you through customizing the emails, same concept. Okay. Same exact concept. Now I'm going to show you how to customize these. Okay. So I don't know if you can see who's on with us live. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you briefly how to customize these. Okay. I gave you some very vanilla looking colors here. I want you to be able to customize these. Okay. So let's open something. Let me go into mine. I'm just going to grab someone else's, let me hit Control, Home, open link in new tab. Okay, I'm gonna grab a color palette for someone in our community here. Okay, so she has this nice bright color palette here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and grab some of her colors and show you how to color this in. Okay, so I'm going to use this pretty pink color of hers. That's her primary call to action color. So I'm going to go back in this one that we're editing. Okay, so what I would say is I want to stop this color that has nothing to do with the look, touch, and feel of her brand. And I want to go ahead and pop in her colors. Okay. Now, for all of you who are using Canva already, you'll notice that here my company is called Heal at Scale, right? So all of my favorite colors that I use are already in here. And just as a quick hint, you guys, I suggest that you set it up this way. Set up your main color palette. And then below that, give yourself some gradations, some gradient colors of each of your primary colors. Why? Because you're going to run out of design options if you stick to only your brand colors, right? So what we want to do is have things for like when we're giving people spreadsheets or text, a little text box, we want to have lots and lots of options, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab in some pretty colors from her. Let's go back into hers. Let's do this pretty seafoam green color here that she has. So I'm going to, actually, let's grab this background. Look at that. Let's grab that background from her. Okay, so we know that's her style. So what I'm gonna do is plop that in the background. Okay, I'm gonna make it bigger.
This is great. We get a Canva lesson too. This is
Yeah,
awesome.
Canva lesson. Okay, so now I have this pretty background that she's using, and I just made that her background. Okay,
Wow.
so
So
this
now it's her brand.
already looks way, way, way more like her brand. Okay, so I'm grabbing some different colors over here. I know she's got this pretty teal color. I'm gonna grab that. Okay, so all I want you guys to do, and Lisa can attest to this too. This part is fun, you guys. I actually have to set a timer for myself when I'm doing this to make sure that I don't have so much fun with my art project that I take way too long to do this.
Guilty.
Guilty, right? I am so guilty of this. Now, you see how that money saving bundle is a little bit hard to read? I'm actually going to show you guys a trick if your colors make that difficult for you. There's an easy way to fix that. We just make a little white text block. We put it right behind here, or we put a little shape right behind here, okay? And then we can make it a little bit more transparent so it's not that much. If you want to make it transparent, see up here this checkerboard, you can just take the transparency down a little bit. Okay, so I still have the effect of those pretty sherbet colors coming through, but I can definitely read that there's a money saving bundle. Now I've chosen images, you guys, that let you customize the colors.
Oh,
Okay,
wow. I
so
didn't know
yeah,
that.
I've only chosen images that let you customize the colors. So if I didn't want that brown table, for example, and I wanted to use her hot pink color, whew, I can just get it tied right in. And now this is all starting to come together in a way that will match her brand instead of the template. Okay. Now, if I was going to do this, I would go ahead and mark that. Okay. And then she's going to put whatever her handle is. Okay. So my Instagram handle, if this was for me, mine is Heal at Scale. Okay. Now, when you have, even though it doesn't matter, I'll tell you something. I think it makes it easier for people to read your handle when you separate by caps
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
Okay.
Another thing that you can do to differentiate even further is you can kind of change the color like between the words, and make it even more obvious that that's, oh, at Heal at Scale, make it easier for them. Now, these little dots down here, you want to leave these even if you don't particularly love this design element, because people who use Instagram will recognize that as an indicator that there are more slides that they can click through and use. Okay, so that's why we're adding that there. I'm going to change both of these to her color. So any questions, Lisa? Are you seeing how you can kind of navigate all of this?
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, one more thing, you guys. This is a font called Poppins, right? If your brand fonts are, let's say, Open Sans is a popular one, right? If your brand fonts are Open Sans, then change it. Okay, this should be your fonts, your colors. If it ends up that it's too big in your font, look at this. You can just drag it down until it looks really pretty. Okay, so whatever your fonts are for your brand, stay on point with your colors and your fonts. Okay, that's important. It's called maintaining the scent. Okay, in marketing, we call that maintaining the scent. We want the colors, the fonts, the photo treatments to be the same all the way through your funnels, your online experience with you. We want it to be the same because what that does psychologically is create congruence. Oh, everything is the same all the way through. And congruence cultivates trust. All right. If you're all over the place with this color and then that color, it doesn't feel like a cohesive experience. It feels like you're psychotic, like all over the place. So, because we are medical professionals, we want to do everything we can with our branding to cultivate a lot of trust. Okay. So that's how you make them pretty. Okay. You're going to go ahead and customize them and make them pretty for your brand. You're going to do the same thing. Now, notice how this has the arrows. People are going to swipe across this on Instagram. So they're going to see, oh my gosh, 12 for 12, right? 12 visits over the next 12 months. If you go ahead and book those now, right? We're going to change these. Look, if these aren't your colors, right? That's okay. We can have the pink colors instead. Totally fine. So all of this can be customized, even the little pretty acupuncture needles. Okay. So you're going to change all of the copy to be your color. If this is not your promotion, right? If it's not the discount, you can change your promotion. Okay. But when you book the 12 visits, you get, and this is where you would put the way that you're sweetening the deal. Okay. So if you're not doing the discount on the dispensary, this is the one that you would change to describe, oh, I'm going to give you my free elimination diet video series or meditation series, or what I'm going to do a live to help you and your family avoid flu season altogether this year. And you could tell them whatever your bonus is. This is where you describe the meaty, yummy bonus that you have for them. Okay. So that would go on this page. Okay. And then we just kind of close off, right? Save more than the entire cost of the 12 session bundle with the 15% discount that helps you be proactive about your health. Again, we're going to change all of the colors here so everything matches your brand, just like we did for our friend Brooke here, right? And then Brooke, if you're with us, I'm going to make sure to send this to you because you're already one step closer to having beautiful assets out in the world. And I don't want you to have to redo this. Okay. Okay, so now once these are out, it's just about the timing, you guys. When you're ready to post these, okay, there's a couple of ways. If you attach Canva to your account, you can publish right from here. Look, it says share on social. Okay, but if you're not that fancy yet, don't worry about that. Okay, if you are this fancy, then you would hit share on social. Like for me, I would say, okay, I want this on my business Instagram. I would put the caption. Here's the caption. Okay, select all, copy. I would go right in here. I'm going to share this post. I would say share on social, my business account. What's the post? It's that post. I just copied and pasted in there after I did the editing. Okay. Now I'm going to get out of this and assume that most of you might not have your Canva aligned with your Instagram account. In that case, you're going to get all of these ready. You're going to go ahead and choose download. You want to choose the option JPEG. Okay. There's all different type of images. All you need to know is that you're going to choose JPEG right here. Okay. It's going to ask you what size. 1080 by 1080 is perfect for Instagram, and it also works on Facebook. So the whole meta environment, it works well. By default, it's going to have the quality at 80%. Do me a favor and slide that all the way up to 100% so your graphics look beautiful. Okay, nice and bright and shiny, not at all what you call rasterized or blurry. Okay, now, do we need all 6 pages? No, because remember, we do not want page 1. That's just my instructions for you. We do not want page 2. That's just the page copy. So I want to make sure you see how to do this. Don't uncheck all pages. Do not check page 1. Do not check page 2, and check all the remaining pages that you have fixed. Okay. Then you're going to say done. Now you click download. And what's going to happen is all of those beautiful images are going to land in what's called a zip file in your downloads folder. Okay. Now, some of you may have your downloads land directly on your desktop, right? Some old school people like it to land on their desktop, totally fine. Either way, you're going to see that zip folder. It literally looks like a white piece of paper with a zipper down the middle, and it says ZIP. Okay. When you double click it, it will open into a folder, and that folder will contain all of these beautiful images. Okay. Then you can go to Instagram. And now, for those of you who don't want to fumble around on your phone, I want to show you that you can go ahead and post right here. So if I go to Instagram, I go to my account, I can go ahead and post right here on this account. Okay. So if you would like to go ahead and post right here from your desktop, you definitely have the opportunity to do that. Okay. So if you choose to go ahead and post right there, you would just make sure you put them in the right order. Now, what is the right order to upload the photos? Well, that's image number 1, image number 2, image number 3, and image number 4. Okay, so upload them in this order, and then it will create a carousel post. It will help you create a carousel post that way in the right order, and people can flip through it. If you need some help doing a carousel post, YouTube it. There is tons of really good detailed advice videos, how-to videos that will walk you through exactly how to do that. Okay. This is the thing that I'm concerned about, you guys, that you're just going to let these sit here in the Google Drive document and in Canva, and you're not actually going to do it. Okay. It's not going to benefit you unless you actually get the emails out. Okay. You have Lisa on your side, you have me on your side. Post those emails in the group and let us give you feedback. Go ahead and do the export of the images in Canva, throw those in the group. Like, let's be each other's cheerleader for actually taking these powerful assets and putting them into play in the world. Okay. They don't do us any good if they sit in our Google Drive or they sit in their Canva. We have to get this all the way across the finish line. Any questions about that, Lisa?
There are questions. I know we're at the end of our training, so we'll figure out a way to get those questions answered. But I just want to thank you. I want to remind everyone, like Joy just said, this is an action lab. And come on, think about how little work you really have to do. There's just a couple emails with the copy. Joy walks you completely through it. In fact, I will ask Joy to copy that copy and just post it straight in a comment so that people have that. And try it out. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by helping your patients schedule in advance and then get it doesn't have to be the full script. That's just a great example. It's something that's used for other healthcare practitioners. You can give them something else, be creative, and report back to us what it is, what kind of responses you've gotten. I guarantee you're going to have patients that are very, very grateful. So Joy, I'm very grateful to you. Thank you so much for coming in. I know you're super busy. So everyone, please say thank you to Joy.
All right, Lisa, I want you to promise to be the paranoid police in the group, okay? Because what's going to happen is there's going to be a little evil voice on your shoulder that says, you're pestering people. Don't send this garbage. We don't want to do that. You know what? People need to be reminded that you're there to serve them, okay? Right. We don't get into this business to serve and help people heal unless our hearts really want to do that. And people just get busy. So just gag that little voice and get through it and send it out. Okay. If you need support with that, reach out to Lisa, reach out to me. She'll have me in the group for the next few days to support you. And that's exactly what we want to do. So thank you so much, Lisa, for having me. And thanks everyone for being here. I'll see y'all real soon.
Thank you, Joy. Take care.